You need facts, figures, scores, and scoops, and the truth.
I think the whole country is wondering why Themba Zwane didn't play.
Yeah, no, they are.
Andre, if Themba Zwane had played, would Sundowns have won the Champions League final?
First of all, guys, good morning.
Morning.
I got to tell you, my head is spinning just listening to your conversation. So I promise I'll try and keep. But Themba Zwane, what a player! What a player! For me, he's not someone that you can consider leaving out of any high level game, if you like, or set of games like the CAF Champions League, because he just brings you something. You've just got to look at what he's done for Bafana in recent times, and I know hindsight is a thing, and we can talk about the play and that's why they lost, but you never really. What we can say about the player, he's top class, he's quality, he'll give you so much when you need him to come and help you.
When last have you chatted to Stan?
There we go. Okay.
Wait, can we just start this all again? Firstly, Andre, congratulations. Keeping the team up in very difficult circumstances. We saw the relief on your face. We saw how much it meant to you to keep the team up and what an achievement it is for you. We saw Grant running on the field, lots of hugs, lots of tears.
Sure.
I mean, that must have been absolutely nail-biting stuff, and congrats. I mean, it could not have been easy taking over when you did when Coach Gavin left. But you pulled the rabbit out the hat.
Well, thank you, guys, and literally that means a lot because it was a tough old journey. It really was, for many reasons, many obvious ones. It was didn't have a lot of time to do it. I needed to change lots of things in the club, around the players, before I could even start coaching the team. In the beginning of it all, we found ourselves on a trajectory, if you like. I felt, okay, here we go. We've got a chance. And then, we were hit with news and all the doubt sets in, and just the timing of it all was just so detrimental to the way we wanted to do things, and then we had to just start working on the mindset again, and so it was a really, really up and down journey. But I've got to say, the whole process, I ever once had any inch of doubt in, firstly, the quality of the players I had around me to do that. Secondly, the approach needed to have the mentalness, the ability to just put the noise to one side and focus on what we do. And so it helped me in terms of how we had to do it and how we had to achieve it. And I said through the whole process, it looks like we're going to have to do it the hard way, and we had to in the end. And so, just that feeling of getting it over the line more than anything else was, I think, the one thing that really sort of hit home in the end.
Coach, just take us inside the change room, because there had to be something that you said or that you did or that made a change or gave the players the ability to do what they needed to do. Yeah. What do you say to a team in that position? I mean, I've never been in that position. I was just so curious, like, how do you tell your team to go out and make sure that they're literally playing for their lives? I mean, what did you say?
Yeah. So in the end, it was very simple, to be honest. And I said to them, just as we were sort of drawing to a close and the games were running out, and I could sense, in fact, I think if I had to pick out one game in that process where I could literally see the pressure mounting and just filling the headspace of everyone, was the Richards Bay game, the one we lost 2-0. Just we couldn't do a thing right. It was like the pressure just started to get too heavy, and there was more noise being thrown around at us, and I said to them after the game, I said to them, we've had to deal with so much being thrown and all the disturbances that we had to deal with. I said, to an extent where we literally, and I could see the players literally started to feel like they were starting to be isolated. And so the focus was just being totally taken away. And I said to them, the thing that you're in now, it's not that you're bad players. It's the fact that you have to grind. There's no other way to do it. You have to grind. But I said, don't do this for anyone else. Don't do it for club. Don't do it for your teammates. Just go and do it for your families, because those are the ones who matter the most to you guys. Those are the ones who are there for you every day. The ones who are backing you every day. We don't see that in your private lives. We speak about fans in the club who do that at the stadiums when we're playing games. But the families are the ones who are there every day backing you, telling you that you can do it, and just supporting you. And I think it helped a bit. And for me, it felt like that took the pressure off, because we needed to go into that last half of the game. We needed to be totally devoid of pressure, of anything else, and just complete focus. That 45 minutes felt like a full 90 minutes, just in terms of how it really did. Well, to me anyway. So,
What happens now? Because all that hard work said and done, as you said, the pressure was mounting. I think it still does, because we're all looking now, waiting to see what is the fate of SuperSport United.
Rami, 100% correct. It's not over. Obviously, Cape Town City have their case going, and I think it's happening today. I'm not too sure. And so we Stan did say that there will be a bit of noise there, and we're going to have to deal with it. Those things are out of our hands now. And obviously it will be dealt with and it will be handled. So yeah, what happens now? Well, what happens now is something that, we can see as we speak, and it's the honest truth. Despite all the noise that's being made, the club and the board made any official statement to either myself or yet as to what is that. So, you guys know as much as I do, for example, as we chat right now. But the season doesn't really finish. We as coaches now have to start planning for the next season. There's a season we need to build. We need to get into a scouting process as to what players we're looking for, what moving forward. And so until something concrete and confirmed, and something's confirmed in terms of the clubs going further, that's what I will do, and I've already started doing that. We because we can't be off guard in terms of, the club is remaining, it's going to continue, and we're supposed to do it. So until that becomes a truth or a reality, do.
Your hand is up,
Coach. We've got a message here on TikTok saying that perhaps SuperSport United should have gone into the playoffs, not your rivals. And they say it's due to you having a bad attitude. I'm not quite sure where that inference comes from, but what would you say to those who say that you have a bad attitude, or that Cape Town City deserve to not be in the playoffs?
I'm to put the question into the correct context. And bad attitude referring to me personally or the club as a whole?
I think referring to you, and I think possibly the perception that people would have of you over this time is very tight and restrained, and focused on what you needed to do. If that came across as bad attitude, I'd be very surprised. I mean, from what I know of you, you're always a happy-go-lucky. You've always got a smile on your face, kind to fans, kind to people who come up to you and ask for autographs. So I'm not quite sure where that may have come across, but it could have been the fact that you were very focused and very, intent on doing what you needed to do, rather than displaying an attitude of laissez-faire.
Yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't know how to answer that, because I'm generally not someone with a bad attitude. Obviously, it's for others to make that assessment or assumption for themselves.
I think it might be a bit of banter, Coach, to be honest.
No, sure.
And I think not different to the way that Kaizer Chiefs fans are coming after Hugo Broos at the moment, calling him a traitor to South Africa for not selecting Kaizer Chiefs players.
For sure. I honestly believe that the game has taught me over the years, has taught me that it is a game of opinions, to be honest.
Yeah.
We mustn't get bogged down too much. I think we must embrace it. But at the same time, when I was tasked with when I took over the team, and I was tasked with one very, very simple thing, and that the outcome had to be that we remain PSL status. I had to, as you rightfully say, just throw my complete focus into it. There were so many things, as I said, I had to do, change, fix, just tweak here and there, to get this over the line. And I was not focused on anything else but what I had to do. And that was the I suppose the mandate from the board.
That was the job.
Very, very clear.
And you know what, Coach?
Very
the
clear.
truth of the matter, regardless of everything, is the scoreboard never lies. You've managed to keep the team up. You've done an exceptional job. I cannot imagine the kind of pressure that you've been under, not just from the players, not from the fans, but from the board, from the broadcasters.
Everywhere.
I think everywhere.
Yeah.
I think you really should pat yourself on the back. I mean, I don't think you need our vote of confidence, but
are you grayer or are you thinner?
Remy, you don't want to know how many more grays I found, I promise you. But guys, I appreciate it, and thank you for that. It was a tough old journey, and I've said this in interviews before. I've been in the game for over 30 years. I've had the honor of playing the game at the highest level and the highest stages of football, where the pressure of the world and the eyes of the world watching you just mounted so much pressure. But this was on a whole different level. And I think, and I tried to think about it, and I realized I know exactly why. Because as a player and as a coach, the one realization is the game's no longer in your own hands, and you've got to try and affect people to do it for you. You not there yourself in the thick of things, doing it for the team and helping the team. So that was the one very, very critical adjustment that I had to make, and realization that the game's no longer in my own hands.
How did you celebrate?
Well, Romy, I got to be honest with you. I've held back on it because I wanted to be very, very clear that every inch of it is now done, which it's not as we talk. And so I'm one of those people who are very big on not things and just waiting until all the bases are covered. And so I've rather sort of kept that at bay for now.
All right, so not a full-on celebration yet. Pending.
No, not a full-on celebration yet. Loading. That's it.
Coach, we don't know how much you heard of our conversation this morning, but one of the big topics, and this will be a topic for quite a while, is the pending departure of Hugo Broos post World Cup 2026. Do you have any ambitions to be his replacement? And maybe not, but what would your recommendation be in terms of the Bafana setup, given the success that Coach Hugo has brought into the Bafana setup?
Well, I mean, just to answer the first part of that, I'm a passionate Bafana fan. I've represented my country so many times in the past. I've in the team from a goalkeeping perspective, and it's in my heart. So that wouldn't be an ambition of mine. One day would be an absolute lie. But coach, well, I'm an old man, but a young coach in the game, and I've also got my own journey that I'm, before I potentially think of that one day. It may never happen, but it is definitely something that would appeal to me in the future. Hugo Broos has done a phenomenal job in terms of our international fortunes around over the years. There's no doubt. For a long time, the country has been in such a hole in international football, and we've tried out of it. We've tried to qualify here and qualify there, and we've come short, and we haven't done it. And he's taken the team to a whole new level. And you can see that there is a respect level throughout Africa, throughout the world, for the way we are playing at the moment. Now, if he's true to what he's saying in terms of just going to the World Cup and then finishing after that, then I'm just a little bit worried that we haven't put contingency plans into place. So do we have someone in mind to take over? Had someone working alongside him over these past years that will carry on the way he's built the team. I'm not so sure about that yet. So, and also the fact that we are almost there for to play in another big stage again. That for me is going to be critical on how we negotiate our way through it, and also that we could potentially take thereafter if we haven't put things in place. So that is the only worry for me. What young players are we coming through that we are building and including in our national teams at the moment? That for me is something that I haven't wrapped my head around yet.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Well, good luck watching the legal battles. It'll be like, what did they used to say in the old days? Trevor Quirk used to say, it'll be a ding-dong affair.
That's it. That's the word. Always good to chat, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
More than welcome. Thank you.
Coach.
So in his non-celebration that is still loading for me says everything.
Yeah, I think there's quite a way to go. I think between Durban City, Cape Town City,
all the cities,
the
from
PSL,
city to city.
SAFA, there's a little bit of mess. I mean, my only hope is that it comes to an end and that we can move into a new season without the drama.
Start on time, get venues on time, and just be organized. Get organized. That's a Wednesday edition. Till tomorrow. Cheerio.